He drives 1,000 kilometers a week on a slow week. If you did that in Europe, I mean, you'd cross so many borders that people don't understand how bad of a match e-cars are to Australia. But we have only got a few minutes. I want to ask you a fun question toward the end there. Another topic at the COP Climate Conference was this nonsense about eating bugs and printing food. And now we've seen the EU come forward and say, yeah, you can put cricket flour in place of real flour to bulk up these food items. And Italy's gone, yeah, sure, we'll put them in pizzas and pastas. Is this a genuine problem for food security going forward? Like, what are you guys doing in Europe? Because whatever you do, we're going to copy, and I'd really rather not eat bugs if possible.
No, I mean, I agree. I'm not very fond of that kind of new dietary idea as well. But it's like the farmers' protests. They don't see that people are not upset about this because it's a health issue necessarily. They're upset because, first of all, they don't like where it's coming from. And people still have, and this is again something they don't understand, in my opinion, in the upper echelons in Brussels. They don't understand. People take pride in their history. So the Italians take pride in their pizza. So if you all of a sudden say you don't need to use flour, but just grinded up bugs, maybe it even tastes better. I don't know, but it's definitely no longer Italian pizza, and that bothers people. And this is what they don't understand. People are tremendously, tremendously bothered. The same in the United States. There is a level of anger, I think, that is entirely underestimated. And these small things, people say, well, why are you upset about this? That's not the point. It is the famous straw that breaks the camel's back. At some point, as I said at the beginning, we voted you into office to do very basic things. And you failed on all these basic things: immigration, food, energy. And it gets actually further than this, right? It's the sense of you actually prioritized things that we don't care about. And this is getting, the entire, for example, as we talked about many times, the entire climate agenda. And then the last part is, for 4 years, from immigration, from COVID to climate, you lied to us. And by the way, the media was colluding in this along all the way. And this is kind of to go full circle to what we said before. One reason why people kind of are interested in what Tucker has to say, and why they're probably willing to trust potentially things that Putin says more than their own media, is because the mainstream media, at least, they lied to us for 4 years. They lied on immigration, they lied on COVID, they lied on climate, like they lied on all these things. So at some point you say, well, that dictator might be a really, really bad guy, but is he, when it comes to the truth, really worse than our own media? And I have to admit, painfully, I'm not entirely sure about this. And this is what they do not understand. And then they do what you just said at the beginning. Then they say, well, then we cannot allow Tucker to come to Europe, right? Then we cannot allow him to upload a video on YouTube. But that just reinforces the sense that people are, okay, you lie to us, and if somebody claims to expose those lies, then you ban them from speaking. So therefore, what they say must be true, because otherwise you wouldn't have to ban them. And it's maddening. They do not get it. And this is, for me, the big hope is, also with the farmers' protests, democracy is still working. So the more they shriek democracy is under threat, the more I would say that democracy is actually working, because they see that people have other options, and they are terrified that they will use those options. So kind of the only thing I can say to those people considering it, that's what democracy is all about. You can vote people out of power. You can give other people a chance. And let's be very sincere about this, what you said before, because I agree. But if you look at the actual points and issues that are called far right, 20 years ago, we would have called them common sense. And I think they still are.